Smooth operator. I should make that the theme song.
Smooth. That'd be cute, actually.
Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Okay, harmonize.
You saw it like it.
Okay.
Didn't I?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary, you can call me Z, and we have a special guest over here.
Hi guys, I'm Esante Joy. I'm a model, conceptualist, creator, and I'm so excited to be here today.
Period. Y'all read the title, we're not going to do a whole lot of jibber jabbing. Today we're going to have a little chit chat talk, girls talk. I posted a poll on my Instagram. She posted a poll on her Instagram.
Yes.
And you guys gave us some questions, some topics y'all want us to talk about. We both have a lot of similarities within our lives, so I thought, why not do it with my girl? And we're gonna be doing it while we're doing makeup. You guys love makeup content, so why not?
Y'all getting the best of the best beats right now.
At this point,
y'all are like we are really masterminds at this. Lock in.
Get some popcorn.
Zoom in real quick when we do this, okay? Everybody, zoom in and take notes, okay?
Before we start, I just want to say, look at my makeup bag. And Asante.
So my makeup bag is this huge bag, but it's like I was not expecting your makeup bag to be that little.
Why?
Because I like you're a makeup mastermind. Like why is your
makeup mastermind?
Yeah, like and why is it in the purse? You know, like
actually this is a makeup bag. It was gifted to me by a makeup brand. Actually.
Really? No, they ain't.
Actually.
I let them slide. Let them slide.
Anyways, we're about to get right into it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because this is coming straight from y'all. These are the topics you guys sent us, so let's just get into it. We'll probably just take turns.
Okay, my phone's also over there, so.
Oh,
try to reach.
bro, oh my god, look at your feet.
Stop! I she gonna keep judging me today. Like, as a black woman that did lotion today, is that okay? Like, can we all accept
I think that is okay.
Can we accept?
Because you knew exactly what you were saying.
I knew exactly what I was doing, right? And on camera, crazy.
And on camera, then you lucky they can't see your feet, boy, because they would have been clowning you too.
Camera is crazy.
So we both got a lot of like the similar topics, so we'll probably just start off with some easy ones first that won't take like too long to discuss because we still do have to do our faces.
Yes. And get into it. Let me pull up what I got from people.
The first question that was asked of us is like, what is a girl's girl? What does it mean to be a girl's girl? You can start because I really don't have
a set definition. Okay. So I don't think a girl's girl is a set definition, but I also think it's, you know, your preposition of who you're around and, you know, how you view things. Like for me, I have 6 sisters. So
really?
Yeah, I'm 6 sisters.
Learn something every day.
You know, so I'm a girl's girl by nature. I feel like just because I grew up around girls, and we all all had to learn how to maneuver around each other. And so being my older sisters as well, me kind of being the baby of the 4, I just had to really learn how that looks like of like showing up for, you know, your sisters, but then also showing up for other women around you. So I feel like being a girl's girl really just means like being able to be solid in friendships. I think friendships is really where it starts. Like understanding how it looks to show up for your friends, be there for your friends, how to not be slighted, like how to not feel like you're a person who slights people. And a girl who's just always looking out for each other. I think as a woman, we all have women experiences and we kind of live that same life of being like a woman and a girl. Yeah. Just showing up for people how you would want to be showed up for, whether that's like, you know, not going out of your way to embarrass somebody, whether that's not being jealousy and things like that, because I feel like that can fuel a lot of the ideas of not being a girl's girl. People being jealous, people being envious, people just wanting what you have. Yeah,
I agree with that. I will say like I also have 3 little sisters, so really like just to kind of tap on some of the points that you made, it's the little things. Like if you're really a girl's girl and you have like girlfriends, like if your girl's outside and she got like some in her teeth or she look crazy, like you're gonna tell her, but you're not gonna let her go out looking crazy. Or even if you see someone that's not someone that you personally know, like even if they look crazy, if you feel like you're comfortable enough to tell them like, oh, you know, your wig is sliding a little bit, or, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really just looking out not just for yourself but for the women around you as well. I feel like to me that's really the definition of like being a girl's girl. Like you want the best for yourself and all the women you come in contact with, really.
Right. And like I said, again, back to that point, like I think it goes off of principles as well, like how you show up. Like yeah, looking out for girls as far as like their appearance and stuff like that, but also just being a stand-up woman, like you know, having principles and morals that you stand on. And I think one of the biggest rules, like when people say like girl's girl's one thing, but just being a people, like looking out for people, like having your morals and having an idea of how you want to show up all the time. So I think that's just really what that means to me. And being a girl's girl. I think, and again, like I said, I think the definition can change person to person, relationship to relationship, and like kind of how you grew up. But that's why it's important that you surround yourself with people who have the same definition as you.
I agree. And I will also say, like, if you're one of those girls who feel like when you're in the same room as another female, like it's some type of competition, or you feel like you have to do whatever to feel like you're above that person, you're not a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Like, especially like in college, there's so many girls here that I feel like I'm in competition with, but I don't even know them. And it's not like I'm trying to force that competition, but I feel like they're trying to force it on me.
On you. Yeah. 100%. And also, it's even in that, like, I think also going to, like, you know, our school and just being around so many women who are, like, striving and trying to be different things. It's easy to kind of even feel that nature of being in competition. Because, you know, you're around, you know, iron sharpens iron. So even being in that space where you have competition around you, still coming at it like, okay, this is competitive edge, but still coming at it being like a, you know, a person who does good things, and a person who's not just like slighted and takes the competition to an extreme where it makes you a bad person. Like,
yeah.
So I think that can be a really big thing, because like I said, there's a lot of women around us who are doing great things. But just being supportive, honestly, being a girl's girl, you'll go farther supporting women than hating on them. Because you want to come up.
I truly agree with that. Like, I feel like our generation in general just needs to do better with like supporting each other, because I think a lot of times like people, they think like they're not on the correct time path because things aren't happening like the way that they scheduled it to, but they see good things happening for other people, and then they get, like you said, jealous or envious, and they don't support them anymore because it's like out of jealousy. And I feel like that's just completely unfair.
Right, out of jealousy. And jealousy is one of the worst things, because you know jealousy can turn into envy. So like I said, I think also being mindful of the people around you and how they look like in your life.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree. Okay guys, so the next question is like, how do you find your style? I can only speak for like me. Personally, I've always been like a fashion girl, but I didn't really dive into it until I got to college. Just because I've seen so many people around in high school and everyone really wore the same thing, and everyone really just followed like the trends. And personally, I just went with it because, again, I was in high school and what else is there to do? But once I got to college, I really realized like the trends that I was following, I really did not like. And so I started looking on Pinterest. I started following girls. I started following girls on social media that I really liked their style. I didn't know how to get into like really diving into the style that I wanted. So I really just started like picking pieces. So I would follow people on Pinterest, on Instagram, on whatever social media platforms, and I'm like, okay, I like this. Maybe I'll look for something similar and I'll put it together with this. That's really how I started like finding my style. I really just started going based on what I like and not what society says is the trend or what other people are wearing. I just really wear what I want to wear, and that's how I really find my style. I personally don't feel like I have a style. I just put on what I feel like is cute.
And I agree. I've also been very expressive. Like, again, I'm sure Zamir's gonna put my handles at my intro, but my Instagram's Esante. So if you were even to go in there and just scroll down to like maybe 2017, 2016, a lot of my photos, like I've always been a creative. I've always really liked to like think out of the box and kind of have my style be different. And that's really how I even got into the idea of like wanting to model, because I really enjoy that type of thing. So I really never let style define me. Like Zamir said, I'm one of those people, like I try every aesthetic and I enjoy trying every aesthetic. And I just kind of do it. Like I literally just try the aesthetic, and it honestly always comes out how I want it to.
And I really love that for you, because I could not do that.
Right, like just do different aesthetics.
I could not do that. And honestly, I don't even think I follow aesthetic. For me personally, I know I like neutral colors. Yeah. So everything I purchase is like neutral colors.
Right, 100%. Yeah. And I know I like colors, and I'm just willing to like I said, just be out the box whenever it comes to my looks and stuff like that. So to me, I just kind of put on what feels good. I think one of the biggest things is just really discovering who you are and finding your style. Like how to find your style, literally figure out what you like. Like if you can't figure out what you like, don't figure out what other people like. Don't figure out what other people expect of you. Literally get down to the bottom of what you like and how you want yourself to show up in the world. Follow influencers. But I'm also like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like anti like copy. Like I really don't like being like a person who like, oh, this person wore that, so I'm gonna wear it too. Like have inspos, but also make it your own. Like, and I'm such that person. Like I'm not oh, like I want to follow this exact aesthetic and like vision boarding and stuff like that. I'm more so like might look at something and be like, okay, how do I like that, and how am I going to make it myself, or how am I going to change it to be something that like it's just Esante joy. It's just Esante joy. So I try to show up in that way for sure.
Same for me.
And like you said, I think it's a learning process. Like it takes time to, you know, not be good enough, but it takes time to be in a place where you're like, okay, this is my set style, if you want to have a set style. But it just, try different things. It's just a look. Literally, it's just a look. You have tomorrow to try something else. So try different things and see how you like it, and then move forward from there, for sure. Don't even ask your friends. And also, yeah, also stay true to yourself. Like, show up how you want to show up. Like, don't listen to other people like, oh, I think this is cute, da da da. Because if you listen to other people about their opinions of how your style is, then it won't be your style anymore.
And you will never find your style.
You'll never find your style. 100%.
Like, you will never find your style if you constantly trying to get opinions from others, because their style is not your style. So they're not gonna agree with it.
And you'll just end up looking like everybody else. Back to square one. So
exactly. I will say though, like Asante said, like, it's really important that you know who you are and what you like before trying to find your style. Because really your style just reflects your personality, your character. So it's like, if you don't have that and you don't know what that is, baby,
you're done. Yeah,
there is no style.
It reflects your interests.
Yeah,
just figure out what you like. Honestly, figure out what you like and test things out. Like, I think also another thing is, like, when it comes to certain things, people are scared to take that leap of just trying things out. Like, it's okay to like try something out and not like it. It's okay to try and fail. It's okay to try and then try again in a different way. So just give yourself grace when it comes to figuring out how you like your style and what that looks like for you, for sure. Because it can be a work in progress all the time. And then also your style might change as you go through ages and, you know, periods in your life. It changes. And I realized that, like, I kind of was beating myself up at a certain point, like, you know, looking at myself in high school, like, oh, I was out there, I was doing this, like, I was really doing some crazy looks.
Really?
Yeah, like, even now, like, freshman year, like, I still do my looks.
In high school, bro. I was so boring in high school. Like, I literally took down all of my pictures from high school because I was so boring.
Really?
Like, I was so boring. But it really wasn't me. But at the same time, I was still figuring out who I was. So my style wasn't really reflecting anything of me. Because at that point, I was just putting on clothes.
1,000%.
Because I didn't know who I was yet. But once I got to college, boy, we had that quarantine. What else is there to do besides figure out who I am?
Figure out how you eat it down. And now we both eat down. Like, it's just in us, like, people don't know, like, I don't know. Like, when I get dressed up and I do things, people are like, oh, wow, you look really cute. And vice versa. Every time me and Zamir see each other, we get so surprised. We're like, whoa, you're gorgeous.
Literally, like, wow. I'm amazed every single time.
Amazed by your beauty. So, yeah.
And then people ask, like, oh my gosh, can you style me? Like, truly, I can't. I can't style you because I'm not you. I don't know what you like, and I'm not. Like, you can send me Pinterest boards all day, but at the end of the day, like, if I try to help you find a fit in Forever 21 or wherever we're at H&M, and I think this matches the Pinterest board that you sent me, but when you put it on, you truly hate it, there's nothing I can do.
Nothing you can do.
There's literally nothing
you can do. It's like I said, trial and error. And like I said, like, looking back on myself as I progressed throughout, like, high school, I was doing crazy wild looks. I still do wild looks here and there, like, not even here and there, like, all the time. Like,
all the time, actually.
Yeah, all the time. Like, I'm willing to try anything, and it usually works out because I'm not really afraid. So also just knowing what works for you is another thing. Like, I know things can work for me. Like, if I wanted to, it will work. So I'm also be at that point with myself. Like, if I wanted to, it will work. So I just tried different things, and then realizing, like, you grow through different phases.
Yeah, but you gotta let yourself go through those phases. Like, you can't sit here and try to block it.
Yeah.
You literally have to go, because that's what helps you get to the point of where you want to be.
Where you want to be.
Those phases.
Yeah.
Because, boy, are they crazy? Are they a little janky, a little ugly? Yeah.
It's a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of ups and downs. Yeah. It's life. It's trials and tribulations.
It's life, and it's part of, like, becoming. Literally.
Becoming.
That's literally.
Becoming, literally. Doesn't she have a book, like, Sarah Jake's, like, Becoming?
Yeah, she does.
Which is so good. I recommend you, like, read that book.
You read it?
I read a little bit of it. Like, I was, like, looking at things on Audible and stuff. But
I want to get it just because it's Sarah Jake's.
Yeah, it's Sarah Jake.
Okay, so the next question is setting trends for yourself, which we kind of touched on with, like, you know, finding your style.
Yeah.
I set trends for myself all the time.
Yeah, like, I am the trendsetter, so. Someone asked, transitioning to adult-like relationships.
Transitioning to adult-like relationships. That's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
I will say that's actually no joke. Because there are people out here who are grown adults who don't have the, are grown adults, but who don't have the mindset of a grown adult.
Yeah, 100%.
So honestly,
transitioning to adult-like relationships, Lord, that's a topic.
That's a serious topic, but it's so hard, and it's so much that can go into that topic, and we could sit here and talk about it all day. But I've only grown with the lowercase g. I'm only an adult with the lowercase a, so there's only so much that I can really say. But just based off, like, my experiences in college, like, it's really just about surrounding yourself with people who have the maturity mindset.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like, I think people forget, because I am a person, I forget, like, when you're coming into college, you're coming straight from high school.
Yeah.
Like, the immature mindset, like, you're coming straight from high school. So sometimes when I have conversations with freshmen, I just look at them like, where's your logic?
The eye roll was insane.
Because, like, where's your logic? But it's like, they're
young.
They're young. Yeah. They don't have any really, like, experience to really challenge their perspective or their mindset or the way that they think. So, like, adult relationships is no joke.
1,000%.
And I will say, I don't befriend people who don't think like an adult.
Yeah.
If you think like a child, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience. At that point, if I did, I would have had a kid by now. But I don't.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't.
And like again, I think one thing about transitional adult like relationships, like being equally yoked. Find people that you're equally yoked with. Because I think people also like even the Bible says like at a certain point, he says a boy must put down his childish like.
Oh, quoted.
And he must become a man. It says a man must leave his father's house. The Bible says you start to get actually, like you begin to really live in your sin and walk in your sin when you realize, when you go from childish things to adult things, when you understand what you're doing at a certain point. So to those points, like I talked about in referencing the Bible, like I just think it's important that finding people who are maturing, who are moving, who are
who really just willing to grow, and challenge their mindset, the way that they think, challenge their perspective. And honestly, I can't talk too much because I'm in that phase myself.
Yeah,
I'm literally in that phase.
Challenging your mindset. Yeah.
And I didn't realize it until I got to college because there was so much I had to experience where I had no choice but to challenge my own perspective.
Yeah. Challenge your perspective, being open and willing to learn more, I think is a big thing. Like, literally being open and willing to hear other perspectives. I think college will kind of force that out of you.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different people.
To know that you're really maturing is when you're able to admit when you're wrong.
Exactly.
And to take accountability. And honestly, it takes a lot. Like, you really have to put your pride aside to take accountability for something that you did wrong. Because it's embarrassing. And I think we forget that we're humans. And a lot of times, like, immature minds would be like, well, I don't think I was wrong, so I'm not, going to say I'm wrong. I'm not going to apologize or anything like that. Even, like, whether you think you're wrong or not, you're probably wrong.
You're wrong. It's about perspective.
Wrong. It's about perspective.
Being able to, like I said again, being able to listen to other perspectives, see other perspectives, being able to understand your faults, and like again, transitioning your mindset. Really, transition to adult-like relationships is really just transitioning your mindset. It's not going to be overnight, but it's going to be a thing where you have to, at a certain point, look at what people are telling around you, look at how people are moving around you, and ask yourself,
how people are affected.
How people are affected, and ask yourself, are you willing to keep up? Because if not, then you're still living in the childish ways that you were before.
And you're not going to grow.
And you're not going to grow.
And you're going to be stuck. And also, like, being able to take feedback and criticism. Like, that's a big thing, and I really learned that over the summer working my internship. But, like...
oh gosh, your internship will do it to you, girl. What? Them managers will come back, like... Being
able to really take feedback and not taking it personal and knowing, like... But you have to... And this goes back to the point, like... Having those adult relationships, you have to have people who are like-minded, right?
Yeah.
You have to surround yourself with friends who are going to correct you when you're wrong. Yeah. Who are going to hold you accountable when you're wrong. Who are going to give you feedback, not because they want to see you fall, but because they want to see you grow. They want you to level up. But in order to do so, you got to fix some things because you're not perfect.
You're not perfect. And I think another thing when transitioning to adult-like relationships, like, the transition is very personal. Like, it's not about transitioning for others. It's not about, like, because a lot of people already have that adult mindset around you, and if they don't have that adult mindset around you, you should be seeking people who do.
Right.
So it's about you. It's an internal lesson. You have to really be able to sit with yourself and be like, okay, this is what I want to show up as an adult. Right. Now let me go out and seek those relationships. So it's not like you're just going to run into people and then it's going to be like a mutual thing. Like, okay, this is an adult relationship now. No, you have to do the work to have that adult
do the work.
You have to have that adult mindset before you can be into an adult relationship.
And that's not even just like relationships, like romantically, like any type of relationship that you have, whether it be at work, your coworkers, your peers, your friends, like people that you just have to tolerate. Yeah. Like, you just really gotta open up your mind and be able to understand other perspectives, and it's hard.
Yeah, treating people how you want to be treated. Thinking on a mindset of consideration. I think our generation has lost a lot of consideration. I think social media has desensitized things in a lot of ways. So like,
this generation truly all they care about is themselves.
All themselves,
unfortunately.
So just figuring out
not counting us.
Not counting us, right?
Like,
Because I think I think I should be a considerate person. Again, can I fall short on certain things? 100%. But
yeah, but you're still
for the most part, I'm human. Yeah, I'm human. But for the most part, you know, like I said, having those relationships, like people often come up to me, and I'm not even joking. Some people come to me like, "Oh, you're 22," or I just turned 22 like last week, y'all. So you're 22 or you're 21. Like, wow, you act way mature for your age. Like you act a lot. You act very, very, very mature. Like you have a crazy. Like people say this to me all the time, and it's a lot of like grown professionals, a lot of grown young professionals who are in tech, who are, you know, working at big companies and things like that. Like I couldn't believe it. Wow, like wow, I'm very impressed by you. Like I'm like, wow, thank you so much. Yeah. And at a certain point, I took that as an offense. Like I was like, oh, I look old. And they're like, no, it's not your looks at all. It
has nothing to do with
your looks. It's literally your mindset. And then I really had to realize, you know what? That I'm actually grateful that people actually perceive me in that way.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, like when you actually transition to your adult-like relationships, you'll start finding like-minded people who will be beneficial to how you move and develop, whether that's your career, your social life, things like that. So I think it's a huge thing in general.
Yeah.
1000%.
I agree. Okay, guys. Not sure if the camera recorded the last question, but basically we're gonna talk about college. So how we navigated college, how we got to where we are, because we're both graduating seniors. So how we
esteemed, educated women.
Yes. How we navigated college, how we got through college, how do we maintain our stress levels, like how do we do our schoolwork on top of having a social life, like all that good stuff. So I'll start again, I guess.
For the third time.
Like, so me and Esante both graduated COVID year. Booty. And yes, we're gonna keep talking about it.
Forever. Because what? It was literally monumentally changing for everyone.
It was so traumatic, actually.
Yeah.
But we both graduated COVID year, and so we didn't get like college tours, college graduation, high school graduations, like anything that you would get as a regular senior or whatever. So for me, I was extremely scared to go to college because I really didn't know what to expect, and I didn't really have anyone to talk to, like from the school. Like, yes, I have people in my family that, you know, went to college and all that good stuff, but I needed to talk to people who were currently there. Like, I needed to see the campus, see if I felt comfortable. I didn't get all that. So going to school, like, I was extremely, extremely scared. But once I actually got here, I didn't really feel comfortable until like sophomore year, which is when campus actually started opening up, when people were actually on campus. Freshman year, again, COVID year, so I was locked up in my room. I was ready to go home for breaks and all that stuff. But once I got to sophomore year, that's when campus started opening up some. That's when I started, you know, becoming a little bit more comfortable. But I was becoming comfortable, but I was also becoming scared again, like fearful, just because like it was so many people coming from like Charlotte and Greensboro. They knew each other, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm from Ohio. No, I don't have no cows. Like, and I'm, you know,
that PG County. And then let's talk about PG County because it's like,
yes,
they come in deep. Like they come in pounds and pounds and pounds.
Boy,
PG County, Maryland, baby, stand up for that HBCU because they go foolish.
It's so many of them. So like personally, it took a lot for me not to quit, because I think it's really because I really wanted it for myself. I really 100%. Wanted the growth, I really wanted the experience, and I just had to keep telling myself like it's gonna get better with time, and it did. Thankfully, you know, I was able to meet my friend Amber first day of class, I think freshman year, when they were trying to do something for us because, you know, everything was shut down. So I met Amber and we clicked immediately. But outside of that, like once campus started opening up again, like there's all these cliques. There's people who come from Charlotte, they all went to the same high school. Greensboro, they went to the same high school. People who just know each other. People bring their family members to school, which I don't understand.
School?
Yeah, like they be bringing their cousins and stuff. Like they
really do.
Like, I don't.
They all get to, which I don't get that. Yeah, it'd be deep out here, but it makes sense when you think about it.
But it makes it really hard to find your people, like when you're in college, because everyone's already clicked up. Everyone already has their circle, and not to mention like A&T, the females at A&T specifically are not very friendly, and they're not really open to new friendships.
New friendships, yeah. No.
Until like really for real, like this year.
You think so? No.
Like literally.
Senior year, yeah, because we're leaving and the competitiveness is over.
Well, really, it was the people that were there at the time, freshman year and sophomore year. They're not here no more. We're the old kids now,
yeah.
And we're open to it, so it's just like it's easier now for the underclassmen to, you know, be able to feel comfortable and talk to people and open up or whatever. That was the hardest thing for me, is like finding my people. Another thing is like figuring out what organizations or clubs I wanted to be a part of, because there was so many things that made me feel comfortable at home, and I was looking for that here. But I had to understand that everyone is is not raised the way that I was raised. So like when I went into it, I was expecting everyone to think the way that I was thinking, or to, you know, have
the black consciousness. And also another thing, being in college, like you're at HBCU, so expecting like a certain, you know, all black people are raised the same, all black people have the same mindset. And it's a rude awakening that, you know, for the most part, we kind of are on the same type of timing, but the mindset part, maybe not all the time.
Not all the time at all.
So you have to think about that. And kind of like how Z said, like to her point, like I was remote my first year. So my whole first year, freshman year, I was enrolled at our university, but I was remote. I did that because I was out of state, and I was just like, okay, you know, basically my first year was free because one, I had scholarships, and then two, it was like I'm remote, so it was even cheaper. I didn't have to pay for room and board, things like that. So I feel like I missed out, and honestly, even now, I kind of not regret it, but it's a big thing to come in your freshman year and to end your senior year. I've only been in college really for 3 years, which is like just kind of like disappointing in a certain way, because it's like, I don't know, I was just expecting like to have a freshman experience, and I never had that freshman experience. So I do kind of feel like jaded, and kind of like I missed a big part of college, not being able to be here freshman year and having to do it remote. And so I don't think that's something I can ever get back. It's something I just have to kind of like move on from. But it's hard. Like it's like wow, like especially going to college right after high school, working your butt off in high school to get to the point you're at, and then to just be home for another year, it wasn't ideal. So then coming in sophomore year, I felt like a fish out of water a little bit. I had to kind of get my footing. I feel like it was my first day walking. Like I had to like. It's
scary, dude.
It was scary. So like, and you know, at this point, a lot of the freshmen, they kind of probably had the same experience, but some of them were on campus, so they kind of already got that dorm life. That, you know, they might have been a little couple steps ahead, while I haven't really even just. I felt like a freshman as a sophomore, and then my junior year, I felt like a sophomore as a junior, and so.
That's real.
Yeah, it was just so real. Like I really came in sophomore year really not knowing what was going on, how things looked, what things were going to look like.
I will say too, like there was never like a real transition from high school to graduation. I mean, high school to college. We just had to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that was challenging too, because
we didn't get orientation and stuff.
There was no orientation. There was no like mentorship, no coaching, no nothing. Like we just had to walk into it. And again, like we're coming straight from high school, like immature mindsets. And we're just thinking college is about to be like high school, and it's
not. No, baby.
Not at all, boy.
No, ma'am.
College is not for the weak.
It's not for the weak. It's hard. And I'm honestly, I keep telling people this, I'm just trying to make it through. I don't know how I did it. So.
That's the thing too, but I think like another thing about navigating college and like really being successful in college is you really gotta push yourself out of your box, and you really gotta mentally want it. You know what I'm saying? Like although it gets hard, because there have been, boy, how many times have I cried over these stupid accounting exams? I thought I was done for. Like I thought, you know, like this is it. Like I'm not gonna make it anymore because I failed this exam. When really, like you really just gotta push yourself and understand like the big picture. The big picture.
Just like, and honestly, like I said, like because you know, even me, I'm an independent student. I'm first gen, so it's been hard navigating college. Yeah, girl, it was hard. Even depending on yourself financially, like all the college I had to depend on myself by myself. Like I've been fishing for myself since freshman year in college. Like not one cent of penny comes to me, my family's way. So it's like that's a whole nother thing. Just having to like understand how that looks for me and what that looks like for me, so that I can succeed. And so like I said, I don't know how I did it, but by the grace of God, I got it done. And that's like, you just gotta thank God at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, like another thing about navigating college and being successful, it ties back into our previous points, like surrounding yourself with people who want to grow, 100%. Who want to continue to push through and be successful, boy. Because if it wasn't for my friends encouraging me after I failed that accounting exam, boy, I probably wouldn't have came back.
I probably dropped out,
because it's very discouraging. Because like you're in college, and college is not easy, especially accounting, and nobody prepared me for it. I went into it like, oh yeah, this is another smooth A. No, baby, this is another C.
Like it's not working.
Your first C, actually. Yeah. And so I really had to get over myself. Like I really had to change my perspective, because in high school, like getting good grades was cake for me. Like I didn't have to study.
Ever. Didn't have to do nothing.
You didn't have to do nothing.
Because you're just an excelling person, like, and I just excelled. Yeah, I was.
It just came so naturally.
Yeah,
what is this? 10 TBD?
Yeah, 15. It was everything, and it just really allowed me to, like, you know, coming in on a high horse, but you have to humble yourself when you get to college.
Boy, college
it's a humbling experience. It's a humbling experience, 1,000%. Like,
boy, they I love that bad. Am I lying?
I need to find mine. I hope I found it.
That's mine.
I hope I brought it.
Because I was never a girl that was like, C's get degrees until my accounting course.
To that kind of course. C's do get degrees though.
They do, because I got mine.
Yeah.
Or I'm about to get mine.
I'm about to get mine, and we walking across that station regardless, baby.
Regardless.
Opportunities and all. So.
But the thing is, like, I think you also have to understand, like, when you're going into college, like, yes, you're going in to learn more about whatever you're majoring in, whatever your study is. But at the same time, you're going in for the experience, the opportunity. You really have to get yourself out of your comfort zone, take those risks, and do things that you wouldn't normally do, safely, of course.
Safely.
But like that's how I navigated college. Like, I really had to shift my perspective and understand like where I'm at, why I'm here. Also remembering you're only here for 4 years and they fly by.
Right. Oh gosh.
How are we about to graduate?
Quickest thing that will ever happen to you is college.
Because how are we about to graduate? This is the craziest thing, but honestly, like, if it wasn't for me challenging myself and pushing myself out of my box, I wouldn't be in the predicament where I'm in. I wouldn't know Esante.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know Esante. I wouldn't have the friends that I have. I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. I wouldn't have the opportunities or the experiences that I've experienced. Like, that's really what all college is about. Yes, the degree is really just the icing on the cake. Really. The meat is in your experience. Because I have grown and developed as a woman.
So, yeah.
Bruh, like, so much.
Yeah, it makes me emotional thinking about my journey.
Much. Like, and the fact that I can see it myself, because a lot of times, like, my feelings, I'm like, oh yeah, we see that, and I'm just looking up them like, what do you see?
Well, yeah.
But the fact that I can see it myself,
Beautiful.
and I can see the maturity, I can see the growth in myself, I can see the growth in my mindset, the way that I think, even just the way that I talk, the way that I present myself to people, like, it just means a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's so emotional, Z. Like, I can't believe at the end. It's such a, like literally, it's such a beautiful experience it's like once in a lifetime. Like, people say, like, college is your best 4 years. It really is. And we have so much, and it's such even more better because, like, you have so much other things to do. Like, law school's next. Like, things are next for you. So it's like,
for you.
Yeah, law school for me.
Yeah, I ain't doing a law school.
Law school for me. And things are next for you as well. Like, moving, starting careers and things like that. So it's
things
just
that
important.
I literally dreamed of.
Literally walking into like prayers that we answer prayers. That's what we're saying. And in prayers that you don't even know that are happening, things that you don't even know that are happening, that God has.
The promises that He made, He's fulfilling.
Yeah, and they're behind the scenes right now. So
literally, let me stop right.
Right. Like,
but that's really like no, just the mindful face, and I'm just gonna cry out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we really have to say about like navigating college and like, you know, managing stress. Really, I would say like set like some type of
schedule.
Yeah. Set a schedule for yourself.
Easier said than done. Set a schedule for yourself, and also find things how you actually like. People say self-care, but if people like self-care might look like skincare, and sometimes that's not really what it is for people.
Yeah.
Find things that actually make you feel like, oh, I did this for myself today, and I showed up for myself. That will help you a lot.
And also give yourself grace. Because like we said, college is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy for anybody, but you really just have to make sure like you, again, have that mindset that you're going to push through, you're going to do it. You're not going to waste your mommy's money. You're going to push through, you're going to do what you got to do to finish, get your degree, and get these experiences. But also, like, you're not going to overwork yourself. You're not going to drain yourself so bad to the point where you literally just, you can't take anything anymore. What's the word? Your breaking point.
Breaking point.
Like, you cannot.
You're overworked.
You can't do that.
You burnt out.
Yeah, do not allow yourself to become burnt out. Like, take care of yourself. Find like your own coping mechanism. Find your own
support system. Find your crowd. Support system goes so crazy.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I struggled with in college. I didn't have the support system I wanted for my family. Mm-hmm. So just finding the right people. Literally finding the right people. I feel like having the support's a lot more than people realize. And I didn't realize. I was like, oh, support doesn't matter. You can do it by yourself. No, support will be the factor of whether you get out your bed and go to class.
Yes.
Or you lay there and rock for the rest of the day.
Yes, bro. I agree. Like, set time. Like, yes, you may have an exam tomorrow, whatever. Set like an hour, 2 hours for you to study and then take a break. Like, you're allowed to take breaks. You're allowed to have a moment to just
the exam will be there.
Yeah, the exam's not going anywhere, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna do well either way as long as you study before. Now, if you wait till the last minute, baby, I don't know what to tell you. I do it all the time, so I don't even know what to tell myself.
So, right. Okay, I was saying, like, and it's not peaches and creams. Like, it might seem like, okay, it was real life struggles. It was times where I'm like, Santi, I had to look myself in the mirror, like, Santi, you need to get up and lock in. Like
for
you need
real.
to get up and work. You need to get up, like, you're an ambitious girl. You have dreams, so you have to get up. So it's like, it's going to be those times where you're in your slumber. It's going to be times you have to really, there's a certain point where you have to look at yourself like, am I going to, move forward and be the person I want to be in the future, or am I going to stay here and be stagnant and not know what I'm going to do with my life?
Another way to look at it is like, if I'm slacking in this, What makes me think I'm gonna be able to be successful when I'm working?
I'm working.
Because I'm gonna be slacking still.
Still.
I can't allow myself to slack.
Well, there's different jobs and, you know, there's different ways and stuff that people, you know, work and do things.
Yeah.
At the same time, a lot of this transitions over to your career. A lot of it transitions over to just your skills as a person, your fortitude, your idea of determination, like getting up, going to the gym. Any goals that you have, school can help you achieve that, because the discipline that you have to gain through it is insane.
Even
like,
just a simple thing is making your bed every morning.
Yeah, exactly.
I make my bed every single morning.
Every single morning.
Okay, another question. Asante's still doing her makeup. So
I literally, and I was about to say that, I literally slowed down. Like, I've already been done. I literally slowed down because I thought you were going to take longer. Then you beat the clock on me. Like, you said I do your lip though. What lip you doing?
Just a gloss. I gotta find it.
Okay.
This one I'm really excited about. This one is very cute. But living a soft life. Like, how do you live a soft life?
It's hard to answer that right now, babe. We in college right now. Noodles and oodles and doodles and woodles.
But honestly, there's no real definition to that.
Yeah, there's not.
A soft life is whatever you make it.
And that's a TikTok trend. Like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, a lot of that's not reality. Like,
it's not reality.
And I'm really not trying to live a soft life. I'm trying to live my life. Like, and I was just watching a TikTok yesterday about like, okay, can we get over that aesthetic? Like, ooh, women aesthetic. Like, smoothies every morning. You know, things every morning, Pilates, like, do those type of things, but do things that make you happy, bro. Like, soft life, it depends on your life. And I'm a maximalist girl. Like, I'm not a minimalist. Like I said, I do crazy concepts. Like, look at me, I'm not a minimalist. And I tried to fit that, you know, for like maybe a week. I was like, I'm gonna be a soft girl, like, wake up everyone at 4 a.m., gym, coffee.
But see, that's not my definition of a soft girl life.
Yeah, and that's what people have in their mind because of social media so many times. And I'm like, your soft life, you create that. Like, that's something that surrounds you. It's not something that you just pick up and it's not something you wake up and be like, okay, this is my soft life. No, it's something that you choose every single day and it's a conscious decision.
Yeah.
It's a conscious decision.
Like, literally, my soft life is my regular life.
Yeah.
It's literally my regular life. It's the things that I do regularly that I was doing before soft life.
Soft life. You should be living a hard life. Like, I don't know. Like, like if you have to get up every day and be like, dang, I'm choosing hard. Like, I don't know. Like, don't choose hard every single day. Like, choose you.
You're a clown. There's no real answer. Well, personally, we don't have like a real answer to like living a soft life. Like, your life is what you make it. Like, you only live once. So if you're trying to live your life how TikTok has perceived you that you're supposed to live it, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's hard because I'm not that girl that's gonna do that.
And it's like a lot of people that I come in contact with told me like I'm like the TikTok girl, like not TikTok famous, but like I live the life that they see of people living on TikTok. And I'm like,
now you're posted on TikTok, so that's just show you.
It's just my life. Like, it's just how I live myself. It's just who I am. It's just who I am. I don't live a soft life. Like, I don't intentionally wake up every morning like, yeah, I'm gonna live a soft girl life.
Soft girl life, like, and people have been doing that for a while. And I'm not mad at people in that idea because it has been something that we've been indoctrinated with. Like, if you're not a girl who gets up and go, you know, and you should have ambitions and you should wake up every morning and like get on your knees and pray. You should wake up every morning and get breakfast.
But at the same time,
every day don't look like that.
Yeah, and you're human. Because I actually slept in until about a good 11.
What? I slept until literally like 11. Like, it's not always gonna be like that. It's not real. Take your time. Live your life. Get off social media. Go touch grass.
Pilates is not easy either. Pilates is not easy.
Pilates, that's something you just like, oh, I'm gonna do Pilates at 5 a.m. every Friday every Friday through Friday, like for a week long. Like, no, like, girl, it's tired.
Expensive.
Right.
It's so expensive. I did Pilates. I was required to do Pilates in dance class.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. And also, let's talk about living outside of your means and living outside of your budget to fit aesthetics. Like, when you are the aesthetic, you're not having to do all this. Like I said, kind of like we said, like finding your style, that goes into like finding your style, but also finding your interests. Like, don't be a person who does things just for the looks of it or because you think it looks good and things like that. Like, that will never be. And
you'll be forever broke.
Forever broke. Trying to live a lifestyle you can't live.
Forever broke and unhappy.
Trying to live a lifestyle you just can't do.
I'm gonna get into the topic that everyone has been asking about. Both me and Esante are both in relationships. We've been in relationships for over a year. And so a lot of the questions came from like
over 3 years. Let's actually give them some context.
We're both over 3 years.
3 years, actually. Over 3 years.
Actually.
Because 1 year, okay, cool. No, it's 3 guys. It's over 3 years.
We're both over 3 years. So we've both been committed to relationships for a very long time. We've had a lot of, experiences within our relationship. So a lot of the questions that you guys have were concerning our relationships, how we navigated college while being in a relationship, how we maintain our relationship, how we're still together, how we're so strong, how we did a long distance relationship, because y'all don't know, but Asante is currently in a long distance relationship.
A real long distance relationship, y'all. I mean all the way in New Mexico, has been since I've been in college. And our university is in North Carolina, so we've been like long distance, and it's been really a journey to understand and even be through. So yeah, it's been a lot. And then how has your distance been, long distance and that type of terms?
So me and Sanye we were long distance freshman year. So I was here in North Carolina and he was at home because he was attending Berkeley University in Boston, but they shut down their campus completely for the first year. So they didn't allow anyone on campus. So he was at home and I was in North Carolina, which is about 6 hours apart. And at the time, my car was at home and he didn't have a car. So I really only got to see him one time that whole semester. So
oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that one.
So really, like for us, how we really kept our relationship so strong, because I, want to make sure you guys know me and Sanye are very much still together. Very much. Where's my ring? Okay. Too much?
No, 100%.
Let me put it on. Hold on.
Where the ring at? Not too much at all. It's time because like people need to see this though. Like so many people like look at our relationship or look at my relationship and be like, wow, it's so pretty to see black love and to see that. And it's something that you should show off because it's a big thing.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. Babe, I put my ring on. I'm sorry.
Right. Put the little ring on. Don't play with it. Not even a little ring. Put the big ring on.
Y'all, that's not even this is not even the ring yet. Okay, let me get back. Let me lock in.
Lock in.
So like I was saying, me and Sanye did long distance my freshman year, and it was really, really hard because we thought we had prepared ourselves for a long distance relationship, but it's no way that you can really prepare for it. It's like marriage, kind of. You can't prepare yourself for marriage. You can't prepare yourself for long distance because like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be okay going, a week or a month without seeing you. Like I'll be fine. It's not.
It's not gonna happen, yeah.
It's so hard. Especially like when you're really in love with someone and you literally just
want to be with them.
Like 24/7?
24/7.
So I would say like, and especially for Sanye, like we were still newly into our relationship. Like we had already been together for 2 years, but we had never experienced being away from each other. Like because we were always within the same city. So when I went to school, Sanye really had to learn how to trust me. Because I'm at a HBCU full of
black men. Yeah.
And I'm not unattractive. And he's at home. He can't be here. Like if something happens or if a guy tried to slide on me or whatever the case. So he really had to learn how to trust me, and I really had to learn how to communicate and reassure him that he had nothing to worry about. And he also had to become comfortable because I am a very, very good looking woman. Like I'm very pretty.
Knockout.
I'm very pretty, so like guys are going to attempt. It's just a part of life. And so he had to become comfortable with knowing that I would respectfully decline him. Because he's like, okay, I don't feel comfortable, with guys, talking to you. But at the same time, it's like not all guys were trying to slide, but a lot of them were. So I had to become effective in communicating to him, reassuring him, making sure that he knew, like, I'm still committed to the relationship, I'm still committed to you, I still want to be with you, but this is a part of our journey. Like, we have to continue to grow, we have to learn how to trust each other, because now we're graduating college and we're about to have to do long distance again. And now we're actually prepared for it because we went through it already. Was it hard? Yeah.
Yes.
Hard as heck.
Yeah.
Just because, like, me personally, like, one of my top love languages is physical touch. I'd love to be cuddled and I love to be hugged on. So it's just like not being able to do that with him was very hard. But I had to go through it, and it really helped and strengthened our relationship so much. And another thing is, like, it really gave me an opportunity to miss him.
Yeah, it strengthens, and also like passive though, it strengthens your relationship with yourself also. Like, to like have that discipline and like I feel like my experience was very much like yours. Like one, like going straight into college, we started dating like right before I went to school. So like starting right before I went to school, he is an officer, so he had to he's stationed somewhere. So he's stationed all the way across the country. I'm in North Carolina. It had to be the idea of just like you said, guys coming to you, I'm a pretty girl, guys come to you, and understand like everyone's not trying to hit on me, and him understand that too. Having that boundaries of still being able to have guy friends and just having that whatever boundaries you want to put in your relationship, having those boundaries
and respecting
those boundaries, and like I said, establishing trust. But I think in the same thing as well, we're establishing while we're allowing them to trust us, we also have to allow like the benefit of like we also have to play our part of reassuring them. Like it's a two-way street. Like they have to be able to like accept accept and be trusted. vice versa, but then we also have to put in the point of like reassuring them. And so I think that was a big thing. And it took time. Like it took time. It wasn't just cheap. It wasn't just like cupcakes and rainbows at all. Like it was, okay, babe, what's going on? Like where you at? It was actually
burnt hot dogs.
Yeah, like it wasn't fun. Like, but once you get to that point, once you have trust, you have everything. Once you have trust,
effective communication.
And effective communication, yeah. And communication. So, and we were talking about this actually on my way here. How did we get to the point? It was like, what were we talking about? Oh, you know, people just haven't gotten in a relationship. I think that's a big thing. Yeah.
Another thing is like, I know that me and Sanye, like, we emphasize to every couple that we talk to or anyone who asks us for advice. Me and Sanye, we center our entire relationship around God. We both have the same beliefs. We both have the same, like, what's the word? I don't know, but we both have like the same wants for our relationship, and we become on one accord as far as like the decisions that we're gonna make moving forward in order to get to the level where God wants us to be. But again, like, we pray together, we fast together, like we do everything together because we want our relationship to be centered around God. Because I personally believe there's no way you think your relationship is going to last if it's not from God. If your relationship is not centered around God, or you don't have God in your relationship at all, your relationship is not going to succeed. I don't care if you go 20 years.
It's just not, at a certain point, it's going to fail because God's not at the center of it.
It's going to fail. I've literally witnessed so many relationships go downhill because these people don't have God within their relationship.
Right, like how'd you make it work? How'd you make it work?
Right, like that's literally it. It's literally just God.
Literally just God. Putting in that work, like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Like I'm literally going on 4 years. You can't just, it's not something that just you wake up in the morning, you trust a person. Like I said, I was telling you this earlier. Like my relationship works because we work. Like literally finding someone who's on the same level as you and committed in the same way that you are.
Equally yoked.
Yeah, equally yoked. Women putting that work. And I promise you, like, I don't know, like I also just find it super sad when I hear so many women like, you know, I've been through this relationship and I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and it's been so hard for me to like how you find the right person. I'm like, there's good guys out here. There's really good men out here. There's good women out here. But if you can't find someone who wants to put in that same amount of effort, that same amount of time, like 1, find someone you like. 2, find someone that you love. 3, because once you get love isn't enough. It just isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't enough. Like find someone you love. Once you get past that love part, now all you have to do is figure out what are you going to do to sacrifice. You're not willing to put, if you're not willing to put the sacrifice for your relationship, especially a long distance relationship, baby, it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to work. Alright, you guys, the camera did cut off mid-conversation, but I hope what we said was helpful. I think the camera's telling us it's time to shut up now.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope it was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more videos like this, if you want to see Esante more.
Certified yapper. If y'all want to see me more.
If y'all want to see Esante more, just let me know in the comments. Make sure y'all go follow her on all her social media platforms. She is literally a queen. She posts beautiful content. She's so beautiful. She's just amazing. So go follow her and let me know in the comments if you want to see her. My advice of today's video is to be confident in yourself. Like a lot of the questions that we got today were how do we do this? How do we do that? Like how do you do this? How do you do that? And honestly, I feel like the questions are good, but at the same time, like you have to be confident within yourself for any of the advice that we give you guys to actually apply. So that comes straight from God. Sincerely, Z. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Can't reach the camera to smack it, so.